We're waiting to go live, and there it goes right now. We are live, 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 live. Hello, friends, and welcome.
Hello, friends.
Whoa, that's weird. Okay. All right. I always turn on my phone to live stream as well because of the fact that it allows me to see what all of you are sending. But welcome to another Coffee Wednesday. I am here with you live with my coffee. It is delicious in my Western States Youth Gathering mug, which sadly we had to cancel so that we can be safe. But I am so glad to be here with you today. We are going to be reading a bunch of fun children's books, or at least a few fun children's books. We might not get through all the stories today, but just as a way to brighten our day and as well as I get ready to be a dad, I thought, what a better way to prepare than by reading children's books with you. Also today, as always, we have our wonderful, wonderful sombrero of questions. If you have questions that you want to add to the sombrero or that you want me to answer live, feel free and you can put them in the chat below or off to the side, depending on what your screen looks like. And I will answer either your questions or questions from the hat as we go along. So how has your day been? How has your week been? I know for me, it's been really weird. We had Easter Sunday where I didn't go to church like the building, but it was still a wonderful day. Well, that's not true. I did come to church because I made sure that those people who had purchased flowers for our fundraiser were able to get them at a safe distance from each other, which was wonderful. And it was wonderful to see some great masked faces as people picked up their flowers just to brighten their homes on that Easter day. And it is so fun to be celebrating Easter and the fact that Christ was risen, and he was risen indeed. Hallelujah. All fun things. But it was different, and it's been a busy week also because we were getting our home ready for the drywallers who are in right now, putting up drywall so that we have a new kitchen and a new bathroom that'll be ready for little baby JJ. That's not its actual name. JJ is the name I gave it after calling it a jumping jelly bean because of when it was moving in the first trimester, which was fun and exciting. So now we just continue to call it JJ until we find out if it's a boy or a girl, as well as until we reveal what he or she's name is, which we'll see when that happens. We are at a point now where we are, let's say today's the 15th. We are 10 days away from the due date. I keep putting quotes around it because it's not really a due date. Like, that's the day they think the baby should come, but who knows? Babies kind of have their own timeline sometimes. So it could be here in the next couple of days. Hopefully not. It could also be late. If it's on my timeline, it's going to be a Cinco de Baby. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So today, I think we are going to start our readings today. We are going to start with The Little Red Hen. It is one of the wonderful little golden books. I don't know how many of you as kids had golden books. We had a ton of them growing up, and they were always so fun little stories to read throughout the day. We had all sorts of different ones. So this is The Little Red Hen, a favorite folk tale. And the pictures are by J.P. Miller. And this is published by A Golden Book in New York. One summer day, the little red hen found a grain of wheat. A grain of wheat, said the little red hen to herself. I will plant it. She asked the duck, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the duck. She asked the goose, will you help me plant this grain of wheat? Not I, said the goose. I love their outfits. What do you think you would see different animals wearing if they got to choose their clothing? I like that the duck is an admiral or something. I wonder what game they're going off to play. She asked the cat, what song do you think the pig is playing? And what do you think? Oh, he has a recorder also. What kind of fish do you think the cat is going for? Is it a perch? Is it a small salmon? Is it a piranha? Then I will plant it myself, said the little red hen, and she did. Soon the wheat grew tall, and the little red hen knew it was time to reap it. Who will help me reap the wheat? She asked. Look at that. Look at her as she planted. She kept it so nice. You see this piece of wheat right there? The little grain? And look how it grew so strong and so tall. Do you garden? Do you have things that you like to garden? Stina loves flowers. She also likes to make her own vegetables, or to grow her own vegetables, I should say. And it is always a fun time when they're growing. Not I, said the duck. Remember, we're looking for people to help us reap the wheat. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Then I will reap it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. Oh my goodness. What do you think the duck is doing? Is he trying to fly with a broom? Or is he riding a horse? How about the goose? Is the goose going off into battle? Is he looking to take on the duck? I wonder what song the pig is playing on the recorder. Or the fact that fishing must not have gone well for the cat, as they are now chasing he is now chasing a butterfly. So the hen reaped the wheat, and it was ready to be taken to the mill to be made into flour. Who will help me carry the wheat to the mill? She asked. Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Then I will carry it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. She carried the wheat to the mill, and the miller made it into flour. I love how strong-willed the hen is to want to make sure that she can continue to do what she wants to do. You see the cow in the background? And the mill, the windmill. How many of you have actually seen a real windmill that actually used to turn and make flour, I should say? It uses two large stones to grind it together. It's pretty fascinating. I have never seen one live, but it would be wonderful to watch. When the hen got home, she asked, who will help make the flour into dough? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. Then I will make the dough myself, said the little red hen. Soon the bread was ready to go in the oven. Who will help me bake the bread? Said the little red hen. Where is everyone? They keep being right around the little red hen, it looks like. And I like the fact, do you see what kind of faces are they making? They all look oddly happy. I wonder what's going to happen next. Also, what do you see in the kitchen? Do you see anything new? Do you see anything that maybe isn't in your kitchen? Oh, I just had a terrible thought. I don't think there are eggs. No, I don't think there are eggs in bread. If so, I have a lot of concerns. Remember, we're looking for people to help bake the bread. Or not people, we're looking for animals to help bake the bread. And there they are again. Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the pig. They once again look like they're all having a lot of fun. I don't know what they're doing that they can't help bake the bread. But they definitely look like they're enjoying themselves. Do you have activities that you like to do to have some fun? Well, also it looks like the cat gave up on those butterflies. There's no butterfly in that net. Then I will bake the bread myself, said the little red hen. And she did. After the loaf had been taken from the oven, it was set on the windowsill to cool. Ooh. And now, said the little red hen, who will help me eat this bread? I will, said the duck. Of course the duck said I will. Have you fed ducks at a park? Or by a pond? Maybe in your own backyard? That bread does look yummy. Have you ever had, or have you ever seen a pie or bread actually cooling in a window and smelt it as you walk by? My father-in-law likes to call it when you smell something coming from a neighbor's yard and you can smell what they're cooking and it smells really good. He likes to call that broming because you're giving off a smell that is so wonderful and you are jealous because you want to have that smell in your yard. Have you ever been broming when you go barbecuing or things? Or maybe when you set out freshly baked bread? I will, said the goose. They're all helping to eat the bread now that they haven't helped with. I will, said the cat. Of course the cat will. It was terrible at catching fish. Look at everyone coming over to the hen's house. Ha, hen house. That's funny. Oh. What other things do you see that you think that they're growing in their fields? I see more wheat. Do you see wheat? Do you see the corn and the sunflower? What else would you grow in your garden? I will, said the pig. Come on, pig, why are you so late? No, I will eat it myself, said the little red hen. And she did. Look how happy they all look to go and try to eat it. But nope, they didn't help with the work. And so the hen ate it all to herself. Now, this isn't the best sign in generosity from either side, but it did look like everyone was having fun throughout the book. And clearly, the hen enjoyed the bread because it helped her to fall asleep. How wonderful. Well, there's our first book of the day. That was a lot of fun. That's a good one. I can't wait to read that one later. All right. Well, let's see. It is 3:16. I think it's time to answer a couple of questions. Sombrero of questions. Oh, what's that one? Here we go. Our first question of the day. Stay, sombrero. Oh, sombrero. There it goes. Oh, how do you feel about wombats? Let me remind myself of what wombats are. Nope. Obviously, it's an animal. Wombats are short-legged, muscular, quadrupedal marsupials that are native to Australia. I love Australia for this reason. They have the funnest animals that you can't find anywhere else. They are about 1 meter in length with small, stubby tails and weigh between 20 and 35 kilograms. There are 3 extant species, and they are all members of the family Vombatidae, the Latin term. That's from Wikipedia. Oh, they are very cute. I will say that. Do you see how cute those things are? They're so cute. Now the question is, are they like ferocious? So how do I feel about them? I think they're adorable. Would I love to have one in my yard? Yes, as long as it didn't attack me or my dog. Well, they could play. Could you imagine a wombat and your dog playing together? That would be so much fun. Hopefully they like to play. All right, here we go. Next question. If you could be famous for something, what do you wish it would be? If I could be famous for something, what do I wish I could be, or what would it be? I don't know. I like to be famous for something nice. If I could be a silly thing, I would love to be famous for giving the best hugs. Things I've always wanted to be famous for. I would love to be famous for playing a sport, mostly baseball. Baseball would be kind of my sport of choice if I had to go play it. I would love to be famous. That's a tough one. Yeah, I think those two. Baseball, hugging. Those would be great things to be famous for. Or music. Music would be fun. Let's see the next question. Ooh. What makes you hopeful? First thing that makes me hopeful, and I know most people have already seen it, but one thing that gives me hope is watching Some Good News with John Krasinski. Just the joy and his emphaticness about going about things and just reminding us of the good that is in the world, and reminding us to thank all those who are out there doing their part to continue to help us live our days. To the medical folks that are on the front lines that are dealing with COVID-19, to those working in grocery stores, to those changing their lifestyles in order to keep each other safe. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. We cannot be, that's what gives me hope, is seeing those things. Like numbers and stuff too, those are great, but just seeing the joy that people are trying to bring even through this chaos, that's what gives me hope. Number 54, in what circumstances? Oh yeah, I'll just let you know, these are all numbered questions. If you didn't know, now you know. In what circumstances is it okay to commit a crime? That's a tough one. Technically, I don't think it's probably ever good to really commit a crime. But I guess if I was at the dire straits and like needed to either take care of someone, not like take care of someone, but like, care for somebody. Or, I just, I was trying to do something good, but unfortunately I had to do something not as good to do that good. It's funny that this is brought up because this is something, for all those of you who know or do not know, is something that Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was known for trying to cause a coup to overtake Hitler back in World War II. It's something that he struggled with within his faith and within what he felt he was called to do, which was to take out Hitler. But it was that thought of, should I be causing something so evil in order to create some good? And where is that balance? I think it's something that we will continue to struggle with. All right. If you could change careers right this second, what would you do? I would be a baseball player and or coach. I'm probably like Felix Hernandez and I are the same age. And so, I would be kind of doing one of those, the Dennis Quaid movie, The Rookie. I'd be doing one of those moves if I tried to go in right now, and, probably play for 6 years. But I think it'd be better to go be a coach, go coach down at the minor league levels, and just kind of work my way up. I think it'd be one, I just love the sport as it is, and the amount of thought that goes into it that people don't always think about, and just the joy that comes from being in a baseball stadium. Which, oh my goodness, going back to some good news, while I'm not always the biggest fan of the Boston Red Sox, I loved John Krasinski sending the folks from, I'm going to forget the hospital's name, but sending the doctors and nurses from one of the Boston hospitals over to the Boston Red Sox, over to Fenway, and letting them throw out the first pitch of the baseball season, and all the thank yous they got from all the players of the Red Sox organization, and for them getting to kind of talk with David Ortiz. That's so cool. David Ortiz is one of those gems that just out of baseball that you're like, you're a good egg, David Ortiz. You're a good egg. I think I've talked about this before. Here's the next question. What's the scariest dream you've ever had? I talked about this, I think, in my first episode. I think that question came up the first time, but I accidentally mixed in all the questions I answered. So you get to hear it again. Scariest dream I ever had. I was in a Safeway, and I was walking past the the live seafood section, and they had this kiosk of lobsters in a pyramid. Lobsters fell down onto the floor, and they started to clip at my legs, and it scared me so much that I woke up and was trying to swipe them off my legs. Scariest one I've ever had. I probably have had scary ones, but that's the one that I truly remember and has stuck with me. And it's been probably 20 years since I had that dream. Okay, here we go. What's the weirdest thing you do when you're totally alone? Weirdest thing I do when I'm totally alone. I mean, slightly hold conversations with myself sometimes, as I'm already doing something funny. Or the other thing, I do a lot of singing and dancing when I'm alone. Just all out. I don't know what it looks like or what it sounds like, but I go strong. I go hard when I am singing and dancing by myself. Just like the song, Dancing by Myself. All right, we're going to answer 2 more questions, and then we're going to read another book. What are you most grateful for? What I am most grateful for right now is the love, joy, anticipation, and excitement I have seen from friends and family as Stina and I prepare to welcome in baby JJ into this world. I am super stoked for all of them to meet baby JJ because it'll be such a joy for everyone. And it'll be, once again, that glimmer of hope and that glimmer of just joy in this weird time. And to be able to bring that baby in and be celebrated with friends from all over the country will be such a fun time and event. Okay, last question before I move on to reading another book. What's the weirdest thought you've ever had? See, the problem is I know I've had a lot of weird thoughts, and I don't know what the weirdest thought is because I can't remember them all. So I would have to refer that question to any friends or family that are watching. Can you remember what's the weirdest thought that I have had? I've had some weird ones. All right. It's time to read another book. Question sombrero. You can go down here. Let's go ahead. I think we'll go ahead and we are going to read. This is so tough. I got so many fun ones. All right. We're going to stick with Little Golden Books. And we are going to read. This one is Little Golden Book Favorites. Do you see? It's got 3 different stories in it. That's exciting. Let's go ahead. I did read it earlier, and it was a lot of fun. We're going to read about the Pokey Little Puppy. The Pokey Little Puppy. Now, this is once again published by a Golden Book in New York. We thank them for this wonderful book. This story is by Janet Sebring Lowry and is illustrated by Gustav Tengren. 5 little puppies dug a hole under the fence and went for a walk in the wide, wide world. Through the meadow they went, down the road, over the bridge, across the green grass, and up the hill, one after the other. And when they got to the top of the hill, they counted themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. One little puppy wasn't there. Now, where in the world is that pokey little puppy? Now they wondered, for he certainly wasn't on top of the hill. Can you count to see how many puppies you see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder where the puppy went. I wonder where they're going to find him. Do you see all the different hills that they went over? And the fun trees? Do you have a fun place that you like to go when you go outside? He wasn't going down the other side. The only thing they could see down was a fuzzy caterpillar. He wasn't coming up this side. The only thing they could see coming up was a quick green lizard. What are some of your favorite weird creatures to see in the wild? I love seeing like the little salamanders, the orange ones, as they're like scurrying down towards the water. But when they looked down at the grassy place near the bottom of the hill, there he was, running round and round, his nose to the ground. There's all 5. Should we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of you have puppies? Do they do similar things when they are sniffing things out? I wonder what he thinks he's going to find. What is he doing? The four little puppies asked one another. And down they went to see roly-poly, pell-mell, tumble-bumble, till they came to the green grass, and there they stopped short. What in the world are you doing? They asked. I smell something, said the poky little puppy. Then the four little puppies began to sniff, and they smelled it too. Rice pudding, they said. And home they went as fast as they could go, over the bridge, up the road, through the meadow, and under the fence. And there, sure enough, was dinner waiting for them, with rice pudding for dessert. How many of you have had rice pudding? I have had rice pudding. It's not my favorite dessert, but it is a nice one. Do you have a favorite dessert? When you were away from home, when you were like within walking distance, did your parents have a special way of bringing you back home? When I was growing up, we used to go across the street because there was a school there, and we would go play on the playground and go shoot basketball and whatnot. And my parents, when I was like 9 or 10, came upon this. Truly, it felt like an old-timey car horn, with the honker thing and whatnot, and it would echo like crazy. So they would go out onto the porch, and they would honk the horn, and it was like honk, honk, and we knew at that point it was time to come home for dinner. Back to our story. Remember, they're running home for supper. But their mother was greatly displeased. So you're the little puppies who dig holes under fences, she said. No rice pudding tonight. And she made them go straight to bed. But the poky little puppy came home after everyone was sound asleep. He ate up the rice pudding and crawled into his bed, happy as a lark. The next morning, someone had filled the hole and put up a sign that said, "Don't ever dig holes under this fence." But the 5 little puppies dug a hole under the fence just the same and went for a walk in the wide, wide world. Wonder where they're going to go this time. Through the meadow they went, down the road, over the bridge, across the green grass, and up the hill, 2 and 2. Now hang on a second. And when they got to the top of the hill, they counted themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. One little puppy wasn't there. Now, where in the world is that poky little puppy? They wondered, for he certainly wasn't at the top of the hill. He wasn't going down the other side. The only thing they could see going down was a big black spider. Ooh. He wasn't coming up this side. The only thing they could see coming up was a brown hop toad. But when they looked down at the grassy place near the bottom of the hill, there was that poky little puppy, sitting still as a stone, with his head on one side and his ears cocked up. What is he doing? The 4 little puppies asked one another. And down they went to see roly-poly, pell-mell, tumble-bumble. They came to the green grass, and they stopped short. What in the world are you doing? They asked. I hear something, said the poky little puppy. The 4 little puppies listened, and they could hear it too. What do you think they heard? Chocolate custard! For those of you who don't know, custard is a really fancy pudding. Custard, they cried. Someone went as fast as they could go, over the bridge, up the road, through the meadow, and under the fence. And there, sure enough, was dinner waiting for them with chocolate custard for dessert. But their mother was greatly displeased. Uh-oh. So you're the little puppies who will dig holes. Uh-oh, they do not look. They do not look so pleased. I don't know if they got that custard. So you're the little puppies who will dig holes under fences, she said. No chocolate custard tonight. And she made them go straight to bed. But the poky little puppy came home after everyone else was sound asleep. And he ate up all the chocolate custard and crawled into a bed, happy as a lark. The next morning, someone had filled the hole and put up a sign. Before we go, do you see the little puppy? He's a pretty clever little puppy in order to keep getting all those desserts. The sign said, don't ever dig holes under the fence. Have you ever been told not to do something, but you continue to try to do it? It happens to the best of us. But in spite of that sign, the 5 little puppies dug a hole under the fence and went out for a walk in the wide, wide world. I mean, how could you stop these wonderful puppies from wanting to go on adventures and see the world? Through the meadow they went, down the road, over the bridge, across the green grass, and up the hill, 2 and 2. Our math is wrong again. And when they got to the top of the hill, they counted themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. One little puppy wasn't there. Now, where in the world is that poky little puppy? They wondered, for he certainly wasn't on top of the hill. He wasn't going down the other side. The only thing they could see going down was a little grass snake. He wasn't coming up this side. The only thing they could see coming up was a big grasshopper. Do you see? Do you have fun bugs that you like to see? Have you ever seen small gardener snakes in your yard? They're kind of slithery. But they looked down at the grassy place near the bottom of the hill. Then there he was, looking hard at something on the ground in front of him. What was he doing? If the 4 little puppies asked one another. And down they went to see, roly-poly, pell-mell, tumble-bumble, till they came to the green grass, and there they stopped short. What in the world are you doing? They said. I see something, said the little poky little puppy. The 4 little puppies looked, and they could see it too. It was a ripe, red strawberry growing in the grass. Strawberry shortcake, they cried. I feel like these puppies have a sweet tooth. Do you see the strawberry? Do you have a favorite berry that you like to eat? I really like blackberries. I do like strawberries too. Also cherries. Are cherries a berry or are they a fruit? Well, I guess it's a berry.
strawberry shortcake.
And home they went as fast as they could go, over the bridge, up the road, through the meadow, and under the fence. And there, sure enough, was dinner waiting for them, with strawberry shortcake for dessert. But their mother said, "So you're the little puppies who dug that hole under the fence again. No strawberry shortcake for supper tonight." And she made them go straight to bed. I'm concerned about this mother, because she has not been able to count her puppies very well. But the 4 little puppies waited till they thought she was asleep, and then they slipped out and filled up the hole. And when they turned around, there was their mother watching them. "What good little puppies," she said. "Come have some strawberry shortcake." And this time, when the poky little puppy got home, he had to squeeze in through a wide place in the fence. And there were his 4 brothers and sisters licking the last crumbs from their saucer. "Dear me," said the mother, "what a pity you're so poky.